Twitter fingers going off between a few former Longhorn football players. A former Texas star returns to a not-so-welcome homecoming. And what is the best program on the 40 acres? We'll tell you next on Crossfire. I guess we'll get into it, guys. Always enthusiastic, unbelievable, hard-nosed.
Roll up the sleeves for this one.
This Dallas team was very overrated from the start, like they always are every year.
The talent there, Kevin Mack, Eric Davis, and Cronin Roach are maybe three of the most talented guys in the team.
Oh, that's an ugly shirt.
Always a pleasure having you on, guys.
Time to freak out, Reese.
Good evening and welcome into your home for live sports debate. This is College Crossfire. I'm Reese Miller. So glad to have you along for the ride tonight. A fantastic panel breaking it down for you. A newcomer and a couple of returnees on the show tonight. Steve Helwick, if you're not pumped up, I don't know how to contain myself. You just come in with this energy. Glad to have you back looking to defend your win from last week.
Looking good. It's a great night.
Yeah, it is a great night. Still elite, excellent. Tyler King makes his 2017 debut, sort of been back behind the scenes, making sure everything runs smoothly. Now back in front of the camera, and we like you that way. We like you back here with us out here on the panel.
Yeah, I enjoy it. Ready to talk some baseball. Baseball season's right around the corner. It gets me happy. Favorite time of the year, so.
Yeah, you're maybe the only person on campus to say that, but that's all right.
Still, hey, college and pro season starting, so either way, I'm happy.
All right, good stuff. Nick Walters, wearing a different color orange this semester. Last year, transferred from Syracuse to the right orange this semester. We're glad to have you at this school and also on the panel tonight.
That's right. This is the childhood dream, man. Going to be on TSTV, UT. Hey, this is basically 19 years of life culminating into one moment.
Wow.
That's dramatic, right?
Wow, that's
it right here.
I don't know if I could pump this show up more than that.
Better be excited.
I know I can't. I don't want you to build me up too much. This is just a normal Wednesday. Let's go ahead and dive in, guys. What a week for Texas women's basketball. In a matter of 8 days, they knocked off 2 top 5 teams in their gyms after beating Baylor in Waco last week. This week, the number 8 Horns survived double OT to take down number 4 Florida State. Guys, we talked a little bit last week about the rest of this season, what it could be, a Final Four appearance, maybe the Big 12, guys. But the question is this the best program on the 40 acres right now? Out of all the sports, did the Texas women's hoops team take the crown, Steve?
Normally, I would say the Texas swimming and diving program is the best on campus.
Wow.
They win almost everything, but this year they've lost 3 meets. Volleyball made the championship again, but they had some bad losses along the road. Right now, this Texas women's team is about as good as it gets on campus. You see these wins, road wins over Baylor, Florida State, the elite programs in women's college basketball. Joyner Holmes is coming in and one of the best players in the nation. Brooke McCarty scoring a lot of points. It's an exciting time for Texas women's basketball. And right now, they're at the peak of Longhorn sports right now. It's a great moment for them.
Yeah, definitely, especially the Big 4, really kind of the revenue sports for sure. Tyler, what do you think?
I have to agree. Currently, they are the best program like this year. But overall, I think you can't deny what volleyball's done. Volleyball's been to 5 Final Fours in a row. Basketball, they're not there yet. But the weird thing is we're talking about women's basketball and volleyball possibly being the best programs on campus when Texas is normally a football school. They also look at the baseball and men's basketball every now and then as their top programs. So nothing against these women's programs, but it's kind of a shot at the men's programs that they're struggling a lot and that 2 women's programs are the best on campus. Currently, though, I think volleyball's got basketball beat just because of their 5 Final Four appearances in a row.
Yeah, we sort of take volleyball for granted after losing in the finals 4 times last 6 years, but still the consistency in Jared Aylett's program of getting there every year is incredible. Nick, what do you think?
Yeah, I will give props to swimming and I will give props to volleyball, but I really do think that right now the best team on Texas campus has got to be basketball. You see, for women's basketball, they are 21-4. They started 2-4. They've won 19 straight. Those four losses were against top 10 teams, but ever since then, they have not lost in 2017. That's very special. they're not only one of the best teams on this campus, they're one of the hottest teams in the entire country. So right now, even though the other sports may be good, right, I think that women's basketball has to take the crown in this one just because they're so hot. And going into the playoffs, I think they really have a great chance at getting into Dallas for the Final Four.
Yeah, maybe if they get a #1 seed and don't have to play UConn, of course, eliminated by the Huskies like everybody else, of course, the last 2 seasons. I think I'm giving Tyler the point. You got to get to a Final Four for me if you're going to be the best program on campus. Jared Elliott does it every single year. We sort of forget about him in Gregory Gym, but heads and shoulders, for me, volleyball above everything else, guys. We have past Valentine's Day in 2017, almost 4 months into the college basketball season, and the Texas men's team still does not have a single road victory this year. 0 away from the Irwin Center. Fellas, 5 games left this season. Is there really anything to look forward to? And guys, what are we watching out for in terms of getting ready for next season for this Texas men's team? Basically, why am I supposed to watch any of these Final 5 games, Tyler?
You're watching Jarrett Allen and see how he progresses the rest of the season. Hopefully he doesn't progress enough where he becomes a high lottery draft pick in the NBA draft. Hopefully he's able to come back because you have Matt Coleman coming in next year, a point guard that can control the team and let guys like Kerwin Roach and Eric Davis and Andrew Jones play off the ball in their more natural positions. I think if you can get Jarrett Allen to stay, he's the centerpiece of the team going into next season because you can rely on him in the post in the beginning of the season as at the same time as the guards can get used to their new spots on the wing, outside, off the ball. But Jarrett Allen's the biggest piece for the rest of the year.
For sure. Matt Coleman, a lot of pressure on that young kid coming in. Seems like everybody expects him to take over. Nick, what do you think here?
So what you're watching with this men's basketball team is you got to see if they can do exactly what the fight song is telling them to do, and that's Texas fight. All right, so it would be great to see these seniors finish up their careers really well, especially Shaq Clear. He's had an awesome year. But I think that the freshmen, including Andrew Jones, and sophomore, including Kerwin Roach, to see them gel together and end the season on the right note is very, really important, not just for the overall atmosphere of the program, but also for recruitment.
Yeah, Shaq Claire, one of the only 2 seniors leaving. He and Kinley Yancey. Everybody else is going to be back, of course. Haven't played very well, but everybody's coming back. Steve, what do you think of the Texas men's squad?
For next year, Texas really needs that point guard to be a good team next year. The point guard, a playmaker, a floor general, someone who can shoot threes, all of that into one player is what Texas really needs. And the other things they need are Jarrett Allen to stay and Andrew Jones to stay. Those were very high 5-star recruit rankings out of high school, and they're projected NBA first-round draft picks. And it takes a lot for a player with handed millions of dollars to them to say, I'm going to return to Texas. But I think would be beneficial for both their playing career to develop at Texas and for Texas's men's basketball program to not start from square one again, to get experience. And that is what Texas needs to do this offseason to be excited for next year.
Yes, Steve, can't disagree with you. You're getting the points. I think you nailed it there. Andrew Jones and Jarrett Allen, I think, would have NBA draft stock, both of them, which I don't think we expected coming into this year. But you're right. Texas isn't Kentucky. They're not Duke. They need experience. They need these guys to return. And I think without question, that is the key headed into next season, guys, as the season at the Drum winds down. The season at the Dish fires up. The newly renovated Dish Falk Field will play host to Texas and Rice this weekend for a 4-game set, where we will get our first look at the David Pierce-led Longhorns, a team that returns a ton of talent from last season, guys. What do you expect from the Longhorns on the diamond this year? Nick, we'll start with you.
So all eyes are going to be set on this team as David Pierce takes over the role as the new head coach after the historic coach Augie Carrito left. So I think that this year, coming off a season where they finished second to last in Big 12 standing, it's going to be very important to see if these 8 of 9 starters that are returning from last year can really work on the continuation. They already have some chemistry. And then you got Ryan Reynolds coming, the best freshman on the team, really. So you got to be able to see if this team can work with that continuation and the work they've already built from last year and really see if they can put something together.
Yeah, Pierce announced today 3 freshmen actually are getting the starting nod out of the 9 positions this weekend. Pretty interesting, Steve.
Last year, Texas's problem in the diamond was hitting. They hit 268, and that's definitely going to improve this year. But the thing that could separate Texas from the other team is pitching. Pitching is key in baseball. But the problem is it's a transition year. David Pierce is a new coach, replacing Augie after all these seasons we've seen with other sports. Charlie Strong the year after the long Mac Brown tenure. It's tough to move on from a coach like this, but I think TCU is still the best team in baseball in the Big 12. There's so much competition in the South, but fourth, third place Big 12 finish is not out of the question for a team that had a losing record last year.
Wow, that's it. Fourth or third place finish. Even a little low for what some people think is a top 2 or 3 baseball program in the nation. Tyler, I know you're fired up. Mr. Texas baseball around here. What do you think about these Horns?
I think the biggest thing is the offense and the consistency in the offense. The fence is moving in, but the biggest thing is the change in the offensive philosophy. Casey Clemens said it best a couple weeks ago. We're here to rake. The mentality is a lot different around the ballpark. It's just the philosophy of the offense with Sean Allen coming in and let them just swing, be free swinging, not having to bunt every time they get a runner on with no outs.
Yes.
So thank goodness bunts are gone. And we'll definitely see more power with the fences being moved in. But obviously, pitching and defense, Texas is always going to rely on pitching and defense. That's what gets you to Omaha. But I think this offense might actually carry the team for once.
Yeah, Texas worst in the Big 12 last year in error, something you would never expect, especially from an Augie Garrido team. Maybe the reason he's no longer here. But Tyler, you're getting the points. I think you said it best. No one else mentions the fences moving in. Hopefully we'll see a few more balls fly out of the yard. Maybe get some exciting games out there at the dish. No more bunts in the first inning to kind of drain everybody's energy. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see what they got, guys. That'll wrap it up. For round one, coming up, a former player and a freshman going at it on Twitter. What does it mean for Texas? We'll explain the human hurdle next. Welcome back to the only live sports show coming to you from the UT campus. So glad you're hanging out with us on this Wednesday night. Time to take a quick look at the scoreboard. Steve Helwick, our defending champ from last week's, got 1 point. Tyler King, T. King himself, took 2 early on. Nick, still plenty of beginner's luck on your side here. Hey. Don't worry, round 2 is about to get fired up, guys. Former Texas safety and walk-on Dylan Haynes and freshman quarterback Sam Ehlinger got into a Twitter battle yesterday. Ehlinger responded to a Haynes jab with a tweet that you can see right here about Seth Russell hurdling him. Quandre Diggs, former Texas corner, got in on the action, calling Haynes the human hurdle. After a while, Haynes did say that it was all in good fun, but guys, what do you make of all this that happened yesterday? What does it say about the current state of Texas football, and does it say anything about the leadership maybe going forward, Steve?
It does not say absolutely anything. It's college kids just bantering on Twitter. There's no aim direction. They're fighting for likes and retweets.
Hey, that's what Dylan Haynes said.
That's true. They're not. There's no animosity shown here. They're just behind a screen having fun, poking fun at each other. There's nothing about the leadership. Maybe Herman will have someone on staff tell Ehlinger to tone his social media down. But by the time Texas plays Maryland, none of this is going to matter. It'll just be remembered as maybe a fun day for Texas fans on Twitter.
I think Texas fans certainly enjoyed it. Maybe Dylan Haynes getting a little backlash for some of his going low, as Ehlinger mentioned, Tyler.
I would agree with Steve. I don't think it's a change in leadership, but I think, and mainly that's because we haven't seen Sam Ehlinger step on the field yet for Texas. Yep. Once he steps on the field, maybe we can see a difference. But I think it is a change in more players holding each other accountable. Even though Haynes is on the team, he's still blasting him for something that he screwed up on. Even Quandre is. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was hilarious. Even though Dylan Haynes always seemed to be in the wrong place at the right time. With all of his interceptions,
hey,
but
like you said, top 5 in 2 career Texas defensive categories.
Yeah, seriously. But I thought it was all fun and games. But yeah, it's I don't think it's changing leadership yet.
Yep. Fun and games indeed. Nick, what do you think about that?
All right. Well, I definitely don't think there's turmoil brewing in the Texas football program just over a tweet. But I think that this is a statement almost for Ehlinger, because you're talking about a guy that is an early enrollee, and he's already tweeting this type of stuff at a graduate now, a senior from last year that was a starter. So I think, look, Sam Ehlinger knows he's 222 pounds. Shane Bichelle is 191, okay? This guy was the 4th best quarterback in the nation, 123rd in ESPN 300, and runs a 4.83. So he has the chance to go into the spring ball and actually be able to beat out the current starter, Shane Bichelle. I think that is a statement of his confidence.
Wow, yeah. Tom Herman mentioned in his press conference, Sam walks into a room and you're like, okay, he's here. So Gatorade Player of the Year in Texas's junior season. May have a little controversy. I'm sure we'll dive into it later this spring. Nick, you're getting your first points. Moving forward, guys, former Longhorn Kevin Durant made his return to Oklahoma City this past Saturday. The Dub Star went off for 34 points en route to an easy win, making Golden State 3-0 against OKC this season. There were a few fireworks and interesting moments, including Russell Westbrook telling KD he was coming for him. Guys, is all this proof that Durant actually needed to move on, or do you still wonder what if they still had that OKC nucleus, Tyler?
I think it was KD needed to move on because Westbrook tried to do too much whenever it came to the big time games. He tried to do too much. He has help. I mean, the guy's averaging 10 assists for a reason. He's obviously giving the ball to the guys, and they're making the shots. I mean, he's getting his big men involved. Almost half of his assists are coming from his big men of Sabonis, Adams, and Cantor. And then he's also feeding the ball to Oladipo and Roberson. I mean, they're making their shots. So I think he's got help. He's just not utilizing it right when he needs to in the big games.
You're telling me he has help, because I think they would be a lottery team without Russell Westbrook.
Oh, yeah. But
I don't think they have anybody. I don't think they have any help.
But there's a reason he's got 10 assists a game, though. They're at least making it when he's giving it to him.
Okay. Nick, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Durant had all the right in the world to go to the Warriors, and I think that the entire drama that's been boiling ever since, Durant calls it fake drama almost, and with the cupcake drama and everything in between. I think that in the end, we're going to have to wait and see with this Warriors team to see if they can earn the chip. But I think that this breaking that apart, this divorce, I think was the right decision. And you see with all the turmoil that's been made between the two and everything, and the bickering on the court and all. So, look, I think Westbrook, it's pretty unfair for Westbrook right now in this season. It's very evident. Look, he's playing with a streaky shooting guard, a defensive-minded small forward, a rookie power forward, and an improving center. Things are not getting much better for that team and for Russell Westbrook. All the weight is on his shoulders. I think Durant made the right decision. He deserved to make it because of the MVP performance, and he's an elite all-star. So, yeah.
Yeah, it just feels so slimy. Like, you were up huge. I mean, the series was there, and then you left to go to the team that beat you, and it's not like they needed you anyway. I don't know. Didn't love it. Steve, what do you think?
I do not think Durant left because Westbrook was doing too much. Say in an alternate universe where Klay Thompson doesn't go off in Game 6 and the Thunder go to the NBA Finals, then the core in Oklahoma City stays put. But instead, the Warriors lose the Finals even though they win 73 games. Their weakness is the small forward position with Harrison Barnes. And Kevin Durant just saw that he fit in there. The Steve Kerr offense, it's going to work for him. And I think with anybody, you look at Karl Malone and Charles Barkley, these greats defined by not having rings. Kevin Durant did not want to end up like that, and it's his easiest opportunity to get one, so he decided to go to Golden State.
Any retort? You guys want to
took the easy way
back
out.
there?
Going off what he said, he took the easy way out trying to get a ring.
Yeah.
It may have been the easy way out, but at this point, because of his report, his entire history, and the way he's performed in his career, I think he deserves to be able to make that decision.
No, come on, no. Easy way out's getting the point. Easy way out's getting the point.
God.
Tyler's getting it. Moving on, guys, to that school over east, they say, Texas A&M. Defensive end and likely #1 overall pick MYLES Garrett made a video reaching out to Jerry Jones this week, pleading for the Cowboys to make some sort of outlandish trade to get to #1 and select Garrett. Dallas's biggest need is a pass rusher, guys, but could this actually be a good move, and is there some world where it could happen?
All right, so Jerry Jones saying this week that he wants a war daddy on defense, and then you got MYLES Garrett being a 270-pound man running a 4.45 40. You can already just feel the Cowboys fans salivating for it, but I'm sorry to rain on your parade, Cowboys fans. It's definitely not happening. Look, your former coach, Jimmy Johnson, made the draft capital chart, right? The Cowboys' 28th overall pick is worth 660 points. The Browns' first overall pick is worth 2,340 points, okay? Listen, if you trade all those first-round picks, you're still down 1,241 points. So it's not happening. It's definitely not plausible. And look, the Cowboys fans, they cannot just imagine that everything is going to happen their way. Look, although it's a good idea, it can't happen.
Wow. Okay, you should get in the room with Jerry Jones. Tell him that. Steve, what do you think?
It would be a bad move for both teams. From the Cowboys' perspective, defensive end they've been struggling with. Their best defensive ends, Jack Crawford. But this is such a stacked class of defensive ends. You have Charles Harris might slip there, Derek Barnett, Takaris McKinley. There's so many options for the Cowboys at defensive end. They don't need to trade to get Garrett, who's been injury prone. There are some question marks with him. And Cleveland, from their perspective, they just need to start out young.
Yeah, Taco Charlton
Start
from
afresh.
Michigan has been kind of sliding a little bit. You never know. This draft is deep at that position. Tyler, what do you think?
Well, you took the name that goes well with Texas, Taco.
Yeah, absolutely.
But here's the thing.
National
Dallas in the biggest game of the year, they had 3 sacks against Green Bay, all coming from defensive backs. Taco works well in Texas. I think if the Cowboys are going to trade up for somebody, it's not going to be Myles Garrett because there's no reason you're trading up. Also, he wanted to include Romo in the deal. I don't want to see Romo go to Cleveland. He's going to die. I mean, he's going to be broken in one play. But here's the thing. If they're going to trade up for somebody, it's Derek Barnett or Taco Charlton. I really love Taco Charlton, though. I think he's a great prospect. He might be shooting up too far up the draft board, though, for Dallas. But they do need to trade up for a pass rusher because they had no pass rush against Green Bay.
Yeah, that's the one thing it seems like they're missing. Definitely going defensive, and you would think the first couple of picks. Steve's getting the point. I think this is a deep draft. I think they can get their player at 28 and not trade away their picks like maybe they did with Mo Claiborne a couple years ago. We'll leave that alone, guys. We're all done with round 2, but turn up the heat in Rapid Fire coming up. Welcome back to College Crossfire. It is time for everyone's favorite segment where we dial up the heat in here a little bit. It is Rapid Fire, guys. Time to decide a winner just so everyone knows how this works. Nick, first time on the show, I'm going to throw out a question. You guys jump in. There's no order. Points are now doubled, and the person with the most points at the end is going to be the winner. Steve and Tyler each have 3 points. Nick has 1, but because points are doubled, it is anyone's game, guys, and the saga continues. Vince Young, 33 years old, last played in 2011, announced he has hired a new agent today, and he has plans on making a comeback to the NFL. The former Rookie of the Year and top 5 overall pick, of course, to the Tennessee Titans in the 2006 draft, guys. Is there any chance that this could happen, that he could make a comeback? And honestly, you guys just tired of hearing about it? And where could this rank amongst most tiresome comebacks, I suppose?
If it's not the worst, then I think Tim Tebow's the worst.
Oh, dogging on Tim Tebow.
No,
not getting much love over there.
Okay, without a doubt, look, I am a Packer fan. I had to go through the Brett Favre saga. That's definitely not as bad as the Brett Favre comeback. And look, speaking of Packers,
still good.
look, yeah, I know. The picture you just saw on your screen, though, with him in their number 13 Packers jersey, that's not the regular season. As you mentioned, that's 2011, the last time he started there. That's preseason. And guess what? He got cut. All right? Because you know why? Because he couldn't learn the stinking playbook, okay? You can't learn NFL playbook. 4 years later, look, it's not going to happen for Vince Young. I think he should settle down, get into TV, do whatever he's got to do. This is not the right decision for him.
Steve, what do you think? You're the only one left.
Roger Clemens pitched minor league baseball when he was trying to come back.
The Skeeters, man.
Mitchell reporting that was not a great comeback. I mean, if Vince Young tried to come into the NFL today, he just won't be. He won't be a capable NFL quarterback. It's been too long.
Wow, I'm tempted.
We saw what he did with the Eagles.
I'm tempted to give 2 points for the Skeeters reference, even though I guess I made it, so Nick's getting 2 points, guys. Moving on to the next one. Valentine's Day, of course, was yesterday. We hope you all took your sweetheart out on a nice date, or if you had a good old time by yourself, good for you as well. Regardless, guys, you get a chance to take one athlete on a date for Valentine's Day. Who do you take?
You might have heard in the background, I'm right about to say Dirk, okay?
Wow.
That guy is loyal, all right?
Wow.
The guy is generous with his money, all right?
Yeah.
It's the perfect date.
You could get some great German food, probably.
Oh, exactly. I'm sure
Yeah.
he has a pretty great taste in German restaurants,
Yeah.
too, so it'd be pretty great, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
you
more
guys
about
think?
the fun.
Dates.
J.R. Smith.
Wow! J.R. Smith.
No shirts.
Wow. No shirt. Shirts are not allowed.
Just
on the date.
imagine.
Steve, I hope you've been working out because shirts are coming off.
Just any night out with J.R. Smith's got to be a fun night.
Wow.
Doesn't matter if it's a Monday or a Friday. I mean, it's always
there's no
fun.
shirts involved, so.
I mean, he
It's
hasn't
gonna be a
he hasn't
party.
been playing this year, so
Yeah.
he's got his time off. So
Yeah.
I don't even know how to top
Not
that.
too aggressive. Yeah, not too aggressive. I was thinking Johnny Football, but
I can't say
that might
that
get
one,
you a
no.
night up at somewhere where you don't want to be.
That's not
Yeah,
a classic
seriously,
Valentine's
no.
date. No way.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah.
No one said a female. I mean, there's plenty of attractive female. I don't know what that says about our panel, but it says about attractive.
I'm gonna have to go with
female
I'm gonna have to go with
athletes.
the picture. I'm gonna have to say Alex Morgan though.
I can't take the picture. Just for the record, I would take Tim Tebow out. Just saying.
Oh,
Good
come
looking. We have
on.
great deep conversations. Whatever. Call me a sap. Steve's getting the 2 points because J.R. Smith would be the best, most fun day ever, guys. NBA All-Star Game this weekend. So many fun events, from the dunk contest, the three-point contest, to the actual joke of a game that will be played, guys. Tons of different events. Your job is to create a new, fun, unique event for NBA All-Star Weekend.
How about taking a classic team and facing it against a current team? Maybe it's 3-on-3 mode. Say like you take 3 players from, everyone debated this last year, 3 players from the '96 Bulls, 3 players from the Warriors. You just have a nice little fun 3-on-3 contest, and you could just sort of compare different eras or
Trying to
see
get
how,
like LeBron, MJ, like we always
or maybe
wanted.
like 2 legend teams, like have some '90s teams go at it again with 3-on-3 mode. I think that'd be pretty interesting.
Yeah, especially if they're all out of shape and struggling to get up. It's like the old dudes at Greg. What do you guys got?
I mean, I would like to see if somebody could hit a full court shot.
Full court shot contest?
Yeah, I know Kevin. I mean, we'd have to take Kevin Love out because we already know that he can do it.
Yeah.
Because he did it in his days at UCLA, 3-quarter shot, whatever. And the guy can chest pass all the way
Yeah.
down.
Give me Steph. I'll take Steph against the field.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, maybe take him out too for the fun of it, just because we know that both of them can do it.
Yeah.
But full court shot. I mean, that's got to change.
All right,
Fun.
I can feel the childhood roots coming on right now, and I'm thinking that we got to have some street ball. All right, take off
ball.
this. Shirts versus skins. I think let's go at it. Forget the refs, right? And let's just go at 3 versus 3, 5 versus 5, whatever it's got to be, right? Let's go out there and go all out.
But here's the thing, though. The All-Star game has turned into a street ball game.
Street.
Because there's no defense ever played in street ball.
Okay.
There's no defense ever in the game. There's the All-Star game has turned into a street ball game anyways.
It is definitely not okay. We're talking about the physicality of street. It's definitely not going on at the All-Star contest.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the All-Star game has turned into that because nobody plays defense.
It's true. I don't want to watch. I would want to watch street ball. I think it'd be fun, although I don't think anyone would actually be into it.
You don't want to see people tackling each other
I mean,
in
I
alley-oops?
do. I
Are
just
you
don't think
kidding me?
anybody would.
Oh.
Nobody's
I
We
want
already
to-
have DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah, I just come on. They already sit everybody out. Yeah, give me the team with Boogie. Give me Steve for the win. Give me MJ. Give me Larry Bird. Give me Boost, I guess too. Jeez. We got Steve Helwick with his 2nd straight win. And do we have any time for FaceTime? Steve came pretty unprepared last week. Hope you're prepared this week. FaceTime. The floor is yours.
I'm excited for NBA All-Star Weekend. There's a lot of great events this week. What?
A lot of great events. Come on.
I mean, the
events.
dunk contest. This year, I have a prediction. Somebody is going to implement a drone into their dunk contest. We see it with the technology every year. We saw hoverboards last year with Aaron Gordon, and I saw one of the Pro Bowl skills competitions had a drone. People are going to get more creative with these dunks, and I think it'll be a great dunk contest. Aaron Gordon gets the win this year.
Wow. Bold prediction, new events. Love it, Steve. Excellent job. That is all we have this week on College Crossfire. Make sure to keep up with us on social media at TSTV Sports for the latest in Longhorn sports news. Catch College Press Box Mondays right here at 9:30. We're here every Wednesday night at 9 live. Congrats to our winner, Steve Helwick. He'll hopefully be back looking for 3 in a row next week. Great job to Tyler and Nick as well. Huge thanks to everyone in studio at Master Control, and a special thanks to you for spending your night with us. Until next time, I'm Reese Miller. So long and good night.